Birmingham City suffering back-to-back defeats. Welcome to This Week at Blues. That is right, welcome back to This Week at Blues. I'm, of course, your host, J03hall. This is brought to you by Blues Focus. And I know we're a day late. I'm sure you can hear in my voice. I'm ill. I'm very ill. I'm dying, but we're getting through it. Thank you to Blues Focus for letting me put this out a day late because, you know, I'm sure you can hear in my voice. I've got a sore throat, blocked nose, but it is what it is. Now, coming in with our opening story, we have to talk about it. Blues have suffered back-to-back defeats. Obviously, last Saturday, we suffered a 1-0 defeat to Wigan, and then last Saturday, we suffered a 2-0 defeat to Rotherham. Now, these results just aren't good enough. I think every Blues fan can see that. It's not what we want to see. These are newly promoted sides, and they're tearing us apart. And the thing is, it's all well and good, them scoring goals, but we're not. Like, I can accept if Wigan score a goal against us. I can accept if Rotherham score a goal or two against us. But the fact we can't outscore them is absolutely diabolical, especially when these are the teams we're going to be competing with in the relegation battle, and they're already proving that they can beat us. They want to stay up. They're showing fight. Are we? I don't know. And overall, like I said, there's not much I can say about the matches. We got dominated. We got torn apart in both matches, you know, and we can't score goals. What is stopping us from scoring goals? It's what I said last week. We need a striker. We need to bring someone in of quality who can fill the gap when Hogan's out of form or when Deeney's out of form or when they're tired, knackered, whatever. We need to bring in another striker, but evidently, it doesn't look like we're getting one. We're nearly at the end of the transfer window and no sign of any more signings being brought in. Apart from the man I'm going to get into now in our second story, that is right. Hannibal Mabry has apparently chosen Birmingham City as where he wants to go. We're just waiting upon Blues to finalise the deal. Again, typical Blues. We've got, what's the date now? Check me phone. It's the 29th. We've got 2 days. 2 days to get this deal done. Hannibal Mabry wants to come to Blues. Why isn't the deal finalised, announced? I'm saying this now. As soon as you're seeing this video, it could have already been announced. But the fact it hasn't is actually quite concerning, in my opinion. We have 2 days. We have a player who wants to come to us, and we haven't finalised things. I don't know what's going on there. Why hasn't it been finalised? Overall, I imagine he will come in before the end of the window, but we're cutting it a bit close. And speaking of the window, I mean, it's one of them, like, it doesn't look like we're going to get a striker in. If you look at our team realistically, we have no left backs or left midfielders. We have Plaheta, who's, you know, somewhat injured. We don't know too much about Plaheta's fitness at the minute, but Plaheta's not a left back for one. He's more of a left midfielder, left winger sort of role, who's playing as a left wing back. But if we actually look at strictly left backs, we have none. Even just left midfielders in general, we only have Plaheta. So left wing backs, we don't have anyone there. And this could prove to be a serious issue for us. It's all well and good playing out of position youngsters there, but as we've seen defensively, it's not working when you're conceding in your last 2 games 3 goals. A left back or a left wing back or a left midfielder, another one should have been brought in, and the fact they weren't, to me, just shows that whoever's in charge of transfers at Blues has had a severe lapse of judgment. How can you not see that that's what we need? Overall, I think, you know, transfer-wise, it's been an average window. We've got good players in good positions, but we haven't really strengthened where we need to strengthen. We've got 2 strikers that are actually good enough to be in that team, and some people would argue them 2 aren't good enough, but, you know, nevertheless, we literally have 2 strikers that are good enough to play in a 2-striker system. So there's going to be injuries. There's going to be times where they're tired. And what do we have to do? We have to replace them with players that aren't good enough to be in that team. We have no left wing back. We have Plaheta, who is not a natural left wing back, who is playing in that position. More attention should have been paid to transfers. And I understand we're in a bit of a rut financially, but if we can bring in players like Bielik, for example, why can't we bring in a left wing back? Finally, I'd like to take this moment to apologise to Blues fans who I think I got a lot of their hopes up by saying we had a good start to the season, but we did have a good start to the season. After that start, there was no reason to say we couldn't have gone on to achieve things, but, you know, going forward, it's these matches that we pay attention to and we say, okay, it's going to be another relegation battle, and this might be a relegation battle we don't survive. We've got some points off of big teams that can help us, and hopefully we'll pick up more points, but it is going to be a really tight season for Blues. And with a lot of Blues fans, and I've seen pundits online saying that relegation's already nailed on, it's looking a bit scary, I can't lie. I don't want us to go down, but it really is looking like a possibility. But that's going to about wrap things up here. Like I said, it's been a very slow news week. We only really have to go off the results and the Hannibal Mabry news. And a lot of the rest of this video has just been my opinions. But, you know, hopefully next week, when we come back, end of the transfer window, we'll have a lot more positive things to look at. But you never know. It's Blues. It could go anyway. So yeah, that's all from me today. Don't forget to go down below, leave a like, drop a comment, and also subscribe. But for this week at Blues, that's wrapped up.